morning, everyone. My name is Jackie Mongaluzzo. I am the principal here at Petway Elementary School. This is one of my favorite events each year we put on for our fifth graders. They are in a period of transition. They're going to be leaving us here at Petway and heading to middle school. So we feel that it's a really important time for them to think and reflect and think about who has been important in their lives. So we're going to talk a little bit more later about what a mentor is and how important that role is. But we want to thank you for being here with us this morning. Before we get started, I would like to thank our teachers. This event does not happen without our fifth grade teachers. Ms. Acasio, if you would like to give a wave, one of our fifth grade teachers. Mrs. Holt, Donald there you go. Mrs. Holt, Ms. Merkel in the back, Mrs. Brooks, Mrs. Gordo, and Mrs. Katrine. They have worked very, very hard. This is their vision, the decorations, the planning. They write the essays in their English class with their teachers. They help them, they guide them. So truly this event would not take place without them. So we want to thank them for all of their hard work. We also want to thank our VEA. The VEA is our Education Association, and Ms. Acasio is going to come up and tell us a little bit more about what they do to make this morning possible as well. So Ms. Acasio out. Always.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome and thank you for coming to our event this morning. The Role Model Breakfast is such an important learning event here at Petway School. It's a time to bring our families and community together to celebrate our students and their mentors. With this event, we would like to thank our teachers and secretaries for all they do. With the dues that our teachers and secretaries put into our unions, the Violent Education Association, and the New Jersey Education Association, our union gives back through grants to hold this wonderful event today. And other events like our Trunk or Treat, Multicultural Night, Read Across America, and Achievement Night. I'm happy to say that Petway gets the most grants in the Violent School District. These grants are our teachers' way of giving back to our students, their parents, and our violent community. From kindergarten through high school, we as teachers are very proud to also influence our students and encourage them and be role models as well. Seeing all of you here this morning is very exciting to look at the positive influence you have on them. So from the Violent Education Association, the New Jersey Education Association, and all the teachers and secretaries here at Petway, we thank you very much for being such wonderful role models, and we hope you enjoy this event. Thank you.
Thank you. And what Ms. Acasio didn't say was Petway gets the most grants because our teachers write the most grants. It's not like they just love Petway, I mean, who doesn't? But they do the work, they put it in, they write them, and it's not the easiest of process to do that. So that is why we are awarded those. They actually take the time and they put those in. So again, thank you. All right, I'm sure everyone's hungry. So here's how breakfast is going to work. We're going to ask that we will call kind of table by table. We're going to do 2 lines, both up the middle, and then you'll turn out. The same food is offered on both sides. So it's not like you're missing anything. The plates are all right in the middle. Our teachers will be serving breakfast this morning. We have drinks, coffee, juice, water on the right-hand side. So after you get your breakfast, you can sit back or put your food down, grab your drinks. You'll have time to sit, eat, talk with your students. And then after breakfast, we'll get into having our students read some of their role model speeches to their role models. I want you to think about your role model. Maybe it's a parent, a teacher, a coach, a friend. What makes that person special? What made you choose them as a person to be your role model? What they all have in common, I bet, is that they help you make good choices. They encourage you when things are tough. And they always try to do the right thing, even when no one is watching. Having a role model in your life is powerful, especially when you're young. The way someone treats others, the way they work hard, the way they overcome challenges can inspire you to be your best self. Whether you're learning something in school, playing a sport, or just being a good friend, a role model helps guide you and helps shape the person you are becoming. To the role models in the room, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Your actions are making a difference. To our fifth graders, remember this, you are never too young to be a role model. There are a lot of little eyeballs in the school that look at you. They see the big kids, and they watch what you do. They may not say it to you, but they are watching. They know when you make good choices, and they will emulate you. They will do what they see as well. So remember that you yourselves are not too young to be role models. Your actions and your words have power, and you never know who might be watching. So please strive to be kind, compassionate, and resilient in all that you do. You have the potential to make a difference in the world, starting right here and right now. So let's keep inspiring each other to be the best that we can be, and let's be the role models that we want to see in the world. We will have one student from each fifth grade come up, and they will read to their role model. Role models you will also join your fifth grader. We're going to start with Mrs. Petrini's class, and Mr. Caleb Nixon, if you would like to come up and join us. He will be reading to his role model, Mr. John Nixon.
My role model, John Nixon, who's smarter than Nick Fury, stronger than Thor, faster than the Flash, and has a big heart like Spider-Man. It might not be who or what you're thinking. They don't have a cape or a super suit or a mask or even a cool superhero name, but they did save the world from bad guys. If you don't know who this is someone I know. This is my role model. If you don't know what a role model is someone who you might want to be like, or you look up to, or someone you trust. A role model can be your parents or other members of your family, like your mom, dad, aunt, uncle, or even could be your teacher or even an older sibling. A role model can be anyone you want to be like. My role model is my dad, John Nixon. He displays so many traits, I can't name them all, but the traits he mostly displays are caring, funny, and brave. These are the ones that I thought would best describe my dad. Firstly, he is caring, because when I'm sick, my dad makes chicken noodle soup, and he makes me tea to help me get better. At least a month ago, I had the flu, and my dad made me food when I was sick. When our mom is doing work, Dad will help my sister and me do our homework if we need help. If we have to go to sports, he helps us get ready to go on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I have lacrosse practice, which he gets me ready for. And on Saturdays, we have games. A time when my dad was really caring was in 4th grade. We had to do a science project where we had to build a satellite. My dad had helped me build the satellite with some parts of things we found in the garage, like some cardboard boxes, oil filters, chopsticks, and styrofoam. We also found some boxes in our basement. Then he helped me a little bit with the paragraphs we had to write about the satellite. Secondly, my dad is funny because sometimes Millie and I start to play fight with my Adventure Force toys. Then my dad comes in and makes things really funny by chasing us around the house and around the table and backyard. Sometimes Mac, our dog, starts chasing us as well, and things get even funnier. He's also funny because when my sister says my buttons, my 4 goofy buttons, my dad starts to do a funny dance. It makes my sister and me crack up, and our mom starts laughing with us, and my mom might repeat it, and my dad starts doing the funny dance again. My sister says it again, and everyone starts to crack up. And my dad looks like he's about to laugh his soul right to the next dimension. Sometimes when we play the game, "What do you mean?" My dad puts down some of the funniest cards I've ever heard, and we all crack up. One of the cards my dad put down was so funny, I could not stop laughing. I pulled myself together and we went back to playing. In October of 2022, my dad got in his dinosaur costume and chased me and my sister and me through the front yard, and I started shooting him with my Nerf gun. Then my sister was just running in circles around the cars, and my dad started to laugh, then I started to laugh. It was hysterical, and my mom caught it all on camera and sent it to all her friends.
The first time I wore the costume, I jumped into his sister's room and scared everybody in there. That's what started it all.
To save the best for last, my dad shows the trait of bravery. My dad was a part of the global war on terrorism when he served in the U.S. military. He did a lot of things when he was overseas. I think he was a mechanic. The global war on terrorism was between 2001 and 2021. My dad served from 2011 to 2021. That meant he was in
2004 to 2000.
That meant he was in Iraq or he was in Iran. I don't remember which one. He was overseas for a very long time, and after that he left active duty because of an injury. A few years later, he was a part of the National Guard. Today, my dad is a corrections officer. He works in a jail, either on Fort Dix or just off Fort Dix. His job can be dangerous at times because he has to keep the prisoners in line. He has to deal with a lot of people who have done very bad things. All of the things I mentioned above require great bravery, and my dad truly is courageous. To conclude, my role model is my dad, John Mason, who is a person I want to be like when I get older. Yeah. I want to try to do great things when I'm older. I want to do things to help my country like my dad did. I would risk my life just like my dad did for this country. Any day when my dad was in the military, you could have been at risk, and I wouldn't be able to see him again. Dad, you have been my superhero for my entire life. I've missed you every time you went to drill. I've missed you every time you had to go to work and get mandated. I missed you every time you went to drill. And when you were still in the military, I was nervous because any day you could come home missing an arm or a leg. And I just didn't want to lose you. I don't know what I would do without you. Dad, I love you so much. I always will thank you for your service in the military.
For Mrs. Brooks' class, Melina Feliciano, and she will be reading to her role model, Mr. Dennis Feliciano.
My role model is Dennis Feliciano. Have you ever met someone sweeter than chocolate chip cookies and ice cream with whipped cream and sugar on top? Have you ever met someone smarter than Mr. Einstein himself? Have you ever met someone brighter than the stars? Well, I have. It's my role model. A role model is someone who you look up to. Someone who has been there for you through thick and thin. My role model is my dad, Dennis. He is so hardworking, really generous, and super. To begin with, my dad is hardworking. He's always fixing something around the house. If you can't find him anywhere, he's probably fixing something or fixing someone else's thing. My dad is really good with fixing phones, iPads, computers, etc. If his It's not fixing something with tools, it's fixing some sort of device. My mom is the cook around the house, but when she's unavailable, he steps in without any hesitation. He also makes our lunches, and I know that doesn't sound like a big deal, but it kind of is. He makes it special with notes, extra snacks, and sometimes candy. Now, he says he doesn't know how to cook many different dishes, but between you and me, he makes some of the best dishes I've ever tasted. He makes some of the best scrambled eggs, French toast, and pasta. My dad also teaches me how to skateboard and some little tricks. And one day in my garage, he was teaching me a trick that when he actually got on the skateboard and showed me, I was in shock when he actually pulled it off. Secondly, my dad is generous. One reason is because when he's out and about, he's always thinking of me, my brother, or my mom. He will either pick us up some little treats, chocolates, or a little toy for me and my brother. If we are all out at a restaurant or just eating some fast food, he gets food or dessert, he will pretty much always ask us if we want any of his food or if we just want to try it. One year for Christmas, he surprised me with these silver heart earrings. When I took a look at these earrings, they were so pretty. They were silver with a small red ruby. Third of all, my dad is funny. One way he's funny is because when we are driving around the neighborhood and we pass by some people walking or biking, he would just randomly hum or wave at them when he closes his friend.
What else do you think really stand out?
Also, if we're just driving and there are no other people driving, he will start honking a random song like Jingle Bell. My mom has to pry his hands off the wheel so we're not embarrassed. Even though it can be embarrassing, we still love it when he does it. Another reason why my dad is funny is because after we mispronounce something or even do something weird by accident, he randomly makes up a rhyming song about the mistake we made. One of his funniest memories I have of my dad happened on Christmas a few years ago. My brother and I were coming downstairs when he was wearing the pink bunny onesie from a movie Christmas Story. My mom was wearing the elf. My mom was wearing the elf costume from the movie Elf. We were so surprised and laughed hysterically. In conclusion, my dad is the ultimate role model. He is hardworking, generous, and funny. I appreciate him more than you will ever know. He makes my days so much brighter. I don't know what I would do without him. He is the best dad in the world and someone I can always go to. Thanks for being there for me each step of the way, Dad. You're always there through thick and thin. You're the light of my life. I love you.
Great job, Melina. I love the kids that just throw the family secrets right out there. It's fantastic. I can't even see what's coming next. She started talking about something he did in his face, like, oh no, where's this going? I'm wondering what else Mr. Steiner does on the ground. All right, Ms. Merkel will have Mr. Jacob Hiles. He will be coming up to read to Mr. Stephen Hiles.
In this world, I think everyone should have someone to look up to in their life. A role model is someone who inspires you to be a better person. George Strait, the king of country music, once said, "Daddies don't just love the children every now and then. It's a love without an end." This quote describes my role model, my father, Stephen Hiles. My dad is a brave, hard worker, and he is a great teacher. My dad is one of the best dads in the world, and he will always be with me no matter what. He will be mine forever with his kind heart, and I will feel with me for the rest of my life. To begin with, my dad is very brave. He works at a prison where he fixes stuff and shows bad people to be good people. Sometimes stuff falls in his foot or he hits hot stuff by accident. My dad is very brave. At work, he gets hurt a lot, but he keeps on working and does his job very good. I'm going to be brave like Nancy. More, my dad is a hard worker. He doesn't stop. He is the best at doing stuff. and soon I'll be like him, and I will be helping what and doing work and fixing stuff, like fixing cars and fixing houses. My dad is such a hard worker. He fixes stuff in a person, and all he works with. Prison and all, he works very hard. He makes me learn, and I just have to ask. When I ask what he needs, like does he need help with that stuff? My dad is best at everything. Lastly, he teaches me things. He teaches me a lot about cars, wires, lights, and how they work. He has shown me how chips for PCs or radios work. My dad is a lovely guy and he's very nice too, but my dad is the best teacher in the world to me. Our people might think your dad is the best in the world in math, and it is okay for them to think that, but to me, I know my dad is the best in the world. For all these reasons and more, my dad is my role model. He is one of the best guys you can ever have in the world. We want to do the same thing for you. We are always by each other's sides, no matter what. Thank you for being the best guy in the world. I love you.
We're going to go to Miss Ocasio L's class. Miss Melanie Torres is going to come up and read to her role model, Miss Amanda Sanchez.
My model is someone who you are most thankful to have in your life because their actions that inspire you. They're there for you through thick and thin, much like mothers. Famous author Susan Gale once wrote, "Mothers are like glue. Even when you can't see them, they're still holding the family together." My role model holds our family together in all the little things she does. She cooks for us, she is understanding, and she makes us laugh. For all those reasons and more, my mother, Amanda Sanchez, is my role model. Believe it or not, every single piece of food that my mom makes me is unbelievably good. For example, if I'm up in my room, I could smell the food through the door crack. I rush downstairs and look at all the food that she made sitting on the table. I'm very grateful for all of the food that my mom makes me and how wonderful it tastes. Whenever I forget to pack my lunch, my mom is always there to help me out by packing my lunch for me. I love everything that she packs. She cooks for me, and I am very grateful for all of the hard work that she puts into all of her cooking. My mom has always found a way to make me laugh. For example, if I were ever in a bad mood for some reason, my mom would then come up to me and just look at me, and we would immediately start laughing together. One other example is if I were to say something but accidentally sound weird and not notice, she would jump in and repeat what I said in the same voice just with a stronger accent. We would immediately burst into laughter. I adore my mom's humor and the way that she can make me laugh anytime, anywhere. Many people may not know this, but my mom is a fantastic listener and is very understanding. For example, if I were ever feeling sad or down, my mom would then tell me that it was going to be okay, and she would listen to what I had to say. Another example is if I'm talking about something important to my mom, to me, and shows me that she understands. She is very understanding when it comes to listening to what matters to me most. I chose my mom to be my role model because she cooks for me and my family, she makes us laugh, and she listens to whatever anyone has to say. Mom, you are the glue that holds our family together. I appreciate you immensely, and I love you so much.
All right, our class leader is from Mrs. Bordeaux's class. Miss Gianna Rodriguez will be reading to her role model, Miss Kayla Feliciano.
My role model, my stepmom, Kayla Feliciano. A role model is a great person to look up to, or the best friend. But a honest person once said, "You may not have my eyes or my smile, but from the beginning you have my heart." This quote means a lot to me because I have a best friend who I look up to. My role model and I have great conversations together. She's generous, kind, and always relatable and trusting. These reasons really tell how good of a person she is. And my future stepmom, Kayla Feliciano, is the best role model that I could ever have. My future stepmom is so generous. She always buys gifts for me. When we go out together, she always is generous and kind-hearted to me. Whenever I see her, she always brings gifts or food for me. One time, she noticed on my phone was always dead, and she went to the store and bought me a charger so when my phone was, I can always charge it. For Christmas, she and my dad went to buy presents and she picked out all the things I wanted. Another time, I told her that I was hungry and she drove to Starbucks and bought me. She is such a generous person. Kindness is such an important trait. Kayla is so kind. For example, one time she took me to get my hair done and she gave me the confidence to respect me. Another time for my birthday, we went to a nice place and we had so much fun. She was so generous because I didn't look for it in my food and she got it just for me. She's always thinking about others, about me, and I am so lucky to have such a kind person in my life. When my future stepmom and I talk to each other, she's always trustworthy and relatable. When I go to her house, we talk with each other, and she's very relatable and easy to talk to. She's understanding and caring. She never judges me. If I ever need to tell her anything, she's there for me. She is just an amazing person, and I appreciate her so much. Kayla is the kindest, most loving person ever, and I'm grateful that she came into my life. Even if she doesn't look like me, I still love her. She's always there for me, and if I need something, she would get it for me. If I'm ever hungry, she would buy me food. She's an amazing person, and I appreciate her so much. I will always have a special spot for her in my heart. Kayla, thank you for not only becoming my stepmom, but for becoming to be everything a special friend and role model should be. I love you.
Thank you, Shannon. All right, thank you. You guys all did a wonderful job. I think we found out that food seems to be the way that fifth graders' hearts around here. It's a common theme throughout our essays. Could each and every one of our role models today, if you guys will please stand up. Our fifth graders would like to give you a round of applause. Please stand, role models. Thank you once again. Role models, please be seated. Please remember that you each have made an impact into these young minds and young hearts, and everything you do, fifth graders and role models. You are and could be a role model for someone even if you don't realize it. Think about all the small things that our fifth graders who were able to read today remembered, and we get surprised at some of our parents. They're like, oh, remember that? That made a difference? That's what's stuck in their mind? So you never know what it is that you're doing that they're going to remember. I wish we had time to have everyone read their article that they wrote because I know each and every one is inspiring. I hope fifth graders that you took the time to at least present that, what you wrote to your role models, maybe talk to them about it a little bit. If not, do that in the future if you can. If you will, again, take some time, we want to thank our teachers one more time. Thank you, our fifth grade teachers, to our staff. I would also like to thank Mr. Pradesh Patel from Sodexo, he put on all of our food this morning, our food and drink, and his staff at Sodexo. They are always very accommodating and always helpful with that, so we appreciate them as well. If you would take a couple of minutes, say goodbye to your fifth graders. Our fifth graders do need to stay here today. If they leave before 1:20, it is considered a full day absent, so please do not take them from us. Please give them a nice big hug, tell them we'll see them later, but keep them in school today. We would appreciate that. And have a wonderful day. Please drive safely.